Is that the right call, Flex? Are you happy that Andre Onana's back in goal tomorrow night?
I'm not happy because I don't believe in him. And he's made so many high-profile mistakes, and you can't trust that he's not going to make them again. I think the problem that Ruben Amorim's got is that Bayern wasn't much better. That's the problem. I know in the Newcastle game, look, it wasn't a fundamental error. It was a more playing out error. So I'd still probably gamble on Bayern fundamentally. But there's not much to choose between them. And he's not... I think if Bayern would have had a fantastic game and United might have won that game or done a lot better, then he probably might have gone with Bayern, but he's just gone back to type because there's nothing else. It got so bad. I was calling for Tom Heaton, mate. Free Tom Heaton. I've been saying that he wouldn't make the mistakes these guys are making, and that's crazy. He hasn't been played in ages.
Has he played for Man United?
I don't think he has. He's even made an appearance on tour. He did, which was great against Liverpool. That was fantastic. But other than that, no. So it's just the goalkeeping situation's tragic at Man United. It really, really is. He's got so many errors, Andre Onana, and it's not. This isn't just a one-off thing. This is from the first season. The Champions League group stages last year were a complete catastrophe. He made so many errors in that. Same in the Premier League. He started off all right this year in the Premier League. Then they start racking up the mistakes. And then, that game, we should be 2-0 up against Lyon. Man United should be 2-0 up, and they're not because of Andre Onana. So Andre Onana needs to have the game of his life. Like he really does. He owes the supporters, he owes it to himself, his players, his back 4 or 3 in front of him. Like he has to have the game of his life. He has to.
Yeah, he's just watching him. He's just chaos Flex, isn't he? He just seems to... I get nervous watching him, so I dread to think what it's like for the 3 lads that play in front of him. He pushes, he parries, he lets too many shots go underneath him, go through him. There were links yesterday, Flex, that Man United want a new goalkeeper in the summer, which isn't that much of a surprise. But the reports was the goalkeeper you guys want is Aaron Ramsdale. What do you make of that?
Yeah. The thing is that I believe he's better than Onana. But he's not
by much, though. Yeah?
But he's not the answer at all. You're getting into territory where, look, the revisionism on David De Gea is like, shouldn't have got rid of him, etc. Listen, he wasn't performing great, David De Gea, and it probably looked like a change was needed. But the problem was replacing him with Andre Onana. It's the replacement. 2 things can be true where you do want... It's right to replace someone, but it's not right to replace them with a certain player. And just like we did with Onana, I think if you get someone like Aaron Ramsdale... He's a better shot stopper than him, but I think concentration issues are still there. Still has blunders in him. I'm not fully sold.
I think there's a reason why Arsenal Arteta wanted to get rid of him.
Yeah,
just because he's not that top level.
But a better keeper, yeah, exactly. A better keeper became available in David Raya as well.
Yeah.
Listen, Aaron Ramsdale's not an awful goalkeeper. Like he's a decent goalkeeper, but he's not the answer to Man United's problems.
I would say of all the numbers and stats and data that football clubs have now and all the access to goalkeepers across the world, I'm almost certain that Man United for £30 million could find a better, more reliable goalkeeper than Aaron Ramsdale out there. I think there's absolutely no doubt about that. What's the mood like among Man United fans? Like we know. No, I asked that because we know where you are in the league, so it might sound like a silly question. So let me maybe rephrase it better. Is there still hope and belief among Man United fans that while this season sucks, that there is a brighter future sooner rather than later under Ruben Amorim, or is it just bleak?
It's very difficult to be anything but bleak. Cannot speak for everyone. Cannot speak for a whole fan base. But the vibe I get speaking to many fans every day, it's really difficult to see that clear pathway, which is actually what's becoming the most scary. How are Man United going to get money for this rebuild? How are they going to rely on competent people to make these decisions? Jean-Claude Blanc was saying the other day, not even a director anymore. He's doing head of global recruits, head of something, new role. You've got an F1 guy and a cycling guy now that are just at the helm, and it's like, it doesn't, some of the mistakes Ineos have made already, you're looking at this summer where they really have to get it right. Do you really trust that they will? Doesn't feel like it. The results on the pitch, is Ruben going to be able to improve what he's got much more? Doesn't feel like it. So,
have you been disappointed at the lack of improvement with this current group of players, or do you just think that any manager with these players wouldn't get much more out of them?
I think, listen, you can't legislate and completely give a free hit for being 14th in the league. You can't. However, we can't speak out the same both sides of our mouths. A lot of these players aren't good enough. They've said it under Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag bought a lot of them. Some of them are there from even before him, and they're not good enough. So it shouldn't be a shock that Ruben Amorim, the same players that the media are hammering every week, same players that Man United fans are hammering every week, all of a sudden they're still not good, and it's all Ruben Amorim's fault. I don't get that. There was a bit of silly outrage when nobody had us down to beat Newcastle. We proceed to lose against Newcastle. Then it's, tell you what, this Amorim bloke.
They're a far superior team.
It doesn't. Everybody knows that Manchester United were going to lose to Newcastle United. It was the most nailed-on result probably of the whole fixtures that round. So for me, it's very hard to find light. So the vibe amongst Man United fans is very low. Of course, there's some fans in there who probably think, listen, get to the summer, we'll be all right. Ruben's the right guy. I think it's just hope. That's all there is, because there isn't anything tangible to really say, to get your teeth in to go, well, that's really good, or that's really good. I really know that this will work, or that will work. We're in the land of the unknown.
Flex, I saw a video on Twitter earlier in the week of an older gentleman who's a Manchester United fan, and his season ticket was immediately behind the dugout. You see that video of him where he was talking about being there for years, and his seat got taken away from him for hospitality. I mean, that's just
shows you
when you see stuff like that, Flex, an old guy, and it's, he's from, he's a Mancunian from the area. He goes week in, week out, and his seat's been taken away. I mean, that sort of stuff is heartbreaking, isn't it? And that's his life, isn't it? It's been taken away from him.
This is the volatility that just is in football now. There's plenty of clubs that will probably be doing things like this in this new era of trying to maximise revenues and trying to get as much as you can out of ticket sales. And like you say, for that gentleman who is having his season ticket moved to somewhere else or revoked because they're going to sell it for probably quadruple the price to somebody who comes to Old Trafford once a year, and that ticket specifically keeps getting shared around 18 people who have come to Old Trafford once a year and stuff like that. It's just not right. It's just not right. And Ineos will just keep trying to find creative ways to get more money. And this is where fans are saying, listen, you're coming up with all these creative ways to do that. We want to see that creativity in the transfer window. We want to see you striking gold with the recruitment, because if the recruitment is poor again this season, which there hasn't been much this summer, which there hasn't been much to suggest it won't be, how am I not going to get out of this mess? And Ruben Amorim will end up taking the fall and just leave.
Do you think
we'll get sacked, should I say?
Yeah. But you think he's definitely got the summer and going into next season?
Yeah, he's not getting sacked. Even if Man United go out tomorrow night and continue to lose on more, they're not going to sack him, because they probably can't afford to. And it's their guy.
How do you see it going tomorrow night, Flex? You confident? Is that a no?
We'll go through. We'll go through because Man United will go through because Bruno won't let us not.
He's the main man to get you over the line.
I'm worried because Onana's back in net. I'm worried because look at a turnaround from Xerxes, that I'm saying that it's a big blow that he's out for the rest of the season. Got to play Rasmus Højlund up front, who's been dreadful. We're not creating as much. We're not scoring. There's a lot of bad things against us, but we are the only unbeaten team in Europe.
In the next 24 hours or so, Flex, you need to get the hashtag Free Tom Heaton movement going on Twitter. Let's get the Heatmeister in goal tomorrow night.
The heat is on, yes.
What do you reckon? He can't be as bad as Brian Aaron Onana.
He
can't be. It's impossible.
He's not as bad as I'm telling you.
Hashtag Alfie, can this YouTube social media video please
hashtag
be
Free Tom Heaton.
Hashtag Free Tom Heaton. Get him in net tomorrow night. There we go. Flex. I always enjoy. One day we're going to do the weekly Man United, and it's going to be when you guys are good. And I'm really not looking forward to that day.
Jeremy probably won't have me on anymore. He'll strategically move me on if we ever turn good.
As soon as you become remotely good.
Yeah, because then I'm not used to him then. He likes being able to laugh at us.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.